Trey, you want to get it started?
Jalen, a lot of people have made a lot about how much film you watch. I was curious how much film you think you watch in a given week.
Enough to where I can watch it consistently and still get my schoolwork done. But I mean, I think I watch it quite a bit. I think it was from the habits I built in high school. High school, I watched film a lot. Just kind of breaking down, kind of what offenses did. And me playing quarterback also helps me kind of understand the quarterback's mind and what he's thinking on certain downs or what his philosophy is. So film is just all about just getting the feel of what someone does. So I just kind of started to understand it a little bit, and Coach Odom and Coach Carter do a great job of breaking down the film and giving us the resources to watch film and being able to utilize to our max potential. So I'm blessed for that opportunity, and I'm blessed to have that availability to watch film for sure. But I'll say I watch film quite a bit for sure.
Bob?
Hey, Jalen, just wondering what you think about how Greg Brooks and Joe Fouché have played this season. And with them being Louisiana guys, do you think they get a little more fired up to play LSU? I'm sure they're fired up every week, but maybe a little extra this week.
For sure. But to answer your first question, yeah, they're playing great. I mean, Coach Odom and Coach Carter have a great scheme set out for our defense, and I think they're thriving in it. Joe's playing that boundary safety better than anyone, and Greg's playing that nickel spot really well. And I mean, there's other guys stepping up too, just like Miles Slusher, Miles Mason, and even at the corners with Hudson, with Buster, then Kyrie and Nick Turner. Everyone's stepping in, and Day is also, but everyone's stepping in and doing their job. And the second question, yeah, I think the Louisiana game definitely gives them a little boost or a little extra motivation to go play. And I think we all have the motivation because we know how many Louisiana people we have on the team, and we know the boot hasn't been here in a while, so we're ready to bring it back. But we got to play hard because, LSU is a great team and they're coached well. So we got to go and just play our game.
Scotty?
Hey, Jalen, how do you like in your eyes? How has Greg grown since last season? When he said he was kind of thrown into the fire right away.
I think you can just tell that he had a year on his belt. I think you can tell he saw things. He's starting to see things a lot faster, and I see what he was saying because like this year's kind of my first year too. So each year, each game, I feel myself kind of progress, and I think that's what he's seen out himself. He's still getting better, but you can tell that he's starting to pick up on things and realize things and starting to make plays that I don't think he realized that he could make. And he's only getting better too, and that's the scary part. But he's a phenomenal player. He plays a nickel spot better than anyone I've seen. He understands the game, and you can tell he has a great IQ for football. So I mean, much respect to his game, and I'm proud of what he's doing so far. He's having a great year.
Hutch?
Yeah, Jalen, I guess with all that film you watch, what have you seen out of the two LSU freshman quarterbacks? I guess 11's probably going to start. You might see 14 as well. Are they similar, or are y'all preparing for both?
I know the starter. I know the starter has a really good arm. He throws it really hard. I mean, they're both pretty young. I know that, but it doesn't matter who the quarterback is. We still got to come in and play with our philosophy. I think they're both really good quarterbacks, and they got a good scheme over there. They haven't played a little while, so we're going off what we saw 2 weeks ago. But we still got to come in and play our game because it's the SEC, and it don't matter who you play. You can get beat any single day if you don't bring it. So we're preparing for them like we're preparing for anybody. But I respect the quarterbacks. I think they got a great upside to them. I think they're going to get better each week. But we just got to play our game. If we do that, then it doesn't matter what quarterback they put out there. We can stop it.
Trey?
Jalen, what do you see out of the two running backs? Looks like pretty equal carries between Emory and Davis Price.
Oh yeah, they run pretty hard. They're hard runners, just like any SEC running back. They're hard runners, but I know John Emery. He's elusive. He can make some moves, and then Davis. He's not afraid to put his head down. So we got prepared for both, and they both bring a different element to the game. So our defense has to be ready for that. But I think with the plan that Coach Odom is bringing in, I think we'll be prepared for both running backs, and our scout team. It's a great look with the running backs situation, what they do. So I think we're going to be ready when the time comes at 11 Saturday to face off for sure.
Bob?
Hey, Jalen, you talked about Greg there a minute ago. I was wondering, specifically what you think makes Joe a good safety, Joe Fouché.
Joe's athletic. I think Joe's athletic, and I think he's kind of fit into that boundary safety really well. And I think he gets to really thrive and show what he can really do on a football field. Not to say he can't play any other position, but I think that boundary safety just fits him well in our scheme. And you can just tell, the way he comes off the edge, the way he understands his drops, and he can just make plays on the ball when it's there. But I have much respect for his game, and you can tell him he's probably one of the most athletic people on our team. Uh, I have nothing. He's a baller. I mean, there's nothing else to say about him, but he's just a baller. I love watching him practice and play because you just see the athletic ability, and it's like wow. But nah, I'm glad what he's doing this season. I'm proud of him. He's doing a really good job this year of doing his job and making other people around him better. But no, he's a baller for sure.
Scotty.
Jalen, just from a DB's perspective, what makes Mike Woods a tough cover for corners and some safeties?
Mike Woods, he works his hands really well. So if you try to press him, he knows how to get off a press. And even if you play off coverage, he runs a really good route. He's really a consistent route runner. I mean, by consistent means you can't tell what route he's going to run. You just have to play it and just react off of him. He's not going to give you any indicators on what he does. And I think it's also his ability to go get the ball. I think that makes him effective. So I think he's an all-around receiver. So as a DB, it's hard when you can't really figure out a weakness with a guy, and that's him. And I think that showed in the Florida game. He was able to go get the ball, and then he was also do something with it right after he caught it too. So Mike's a great receiver. I mean, I'm glad I don't have to go against him 100 snaps a game or something like that because he's a tough guy to guard and stuff like that. But he makes us better in practice every day, along with Traylon Burks, Trey Knox, Tyson Morris. People like that make us better each day as a DB core because we go against them every day. But Mike Woods' game is ridiculous. And that catch he made against Florida, that was a phenomenal catch. But he's doing good this year too, and I'm just ready to see what he's going to do for the rest of the season. But he's having a great year.
Hutch.
Jalen, I know you're on the back end of the defense, but what have you thought about the season Jonathan Marshall has had, and what does it do for a defense when you have a guy like that in the middle of the defensive line?
Oh man, he's an animal. I'm down there. I mean, he's causing havoc every single time a ball is snapped. I think that's why coach keeps him in so much, is because his motor, he's able to go and his consistency to get to the ball and cause havoc down there. I think that makes the defense a lot easier for us to go flow because he's just blowing up the middle. So now the running back has to stop and come find a gap where we're going to be at. But his motor is just second to none. I mean, hands down, one of the best motors on the team on the D-line. For him to play that many snaps and give it 100% on those snaps along with doing special teams as well, I mean, that just shows you the type of person he is. But he's like I said before, he's a distraction down there. Teams have to plan out for him because he's going to cause havoc every single play. And he definitely makes our jobs easier at the back end and at the linebacker spot for him for sure. But he's having a great year as well. And I'm just ready to see what he's going to do the rest of the year too. I mean, I know he can keep it consistent because of his work ethic, but he's just a monster. That's all I can say. He's just a monster.
Nice one, Bob.
Jalen, some of the old timers like me have compared you to Steve Atwater, who played here in the dark ages, also known as the 1980s, and Ken Hamlin, who played in the early 2000s. I wondered, are you familiar with those guys? You ever watched film? Or I think they've been around the program some. Didn't know if you might ever met them or talked to them.
I honestly, when I first came in, I knew about Steve Atwater and I kind of heard about Ken Hamlin, but as I started to hear those comparisons, I kind of looked and see what they look like and stuff like that. After seeing how Steve Atwater played, man, he hits pretty hard. And same with kind of Ken Hamlin, they were both ballers. But it's just an honor to be put in that category to be compared to them because they both kind of wore the Razorback with proudness and they put on for the Arkansas Razorbacks and the whole Fayetteville and everything. So, but I have much respect for those guys and their games. And to just be compared to them is just a blessing. But just keep my head down and just, play my game and, let y'all compare whatever y'all want to compare. But I'm just going to do me. But no, it's an honor to be even put in that category for sure.
Thanks.
All right, Jalen. Appreciate you, kid.